What's up, everybody? JLD here in the house. And as promised, now we've been doing the hodl, the line for over 40 days. It's been over 40 days. We've been hodling this line, doing the countdown. The time has arrived. The night is here. We are 29 minutes away from the actual official close of Q2 Bitcoin price for Q2 2025. It's looking good. I've got the Bitcoin live price chart up right now. We're at 107, 170. I mean, barring a literally natural disaster, I think we're looking pretty good here, barring that natural disaster. Let me see about going back to the actual live stream here. So, guys, let me know if you can hear me. I'm going to scroll right down. Steve Obey is the last person I see commenting saying, "We got this." Um, just let me know if you can hear my voice, if the audio is working well, if the video is working well. Appreciate that, Guido or Guido. Some of the people said, heard you. So appreciate everybody being here. You guys are officially in EO Fire Studios, because if some of you know from watching my show for a while, I actually do another daily podcast called Entrepreneurs on Fire. I've been running that one since 2012. It's a daily podcast where I interview the world's most successful entrepreneurs. I've officially now done over, what is it now? 4,681 episodes of that show. So that's why when I was starting doing this one, people were saying, hey, John, you can't do a daily show. I'm like, I've been doing a daily show for 13 years with Entrepreneurs on Fire. I think I can do a daily show with MSTR today. So we have 310 people here live right now. Hello to all of you lovely people. Thank you for, number one, saying that you wanted this live stream. Number two, joining us on this live stream. I see 77 likes. Let's keep cranking those up. If you are here, hit that like button to just celebrate the fact that it is the end of Q2. We are just 27 minutes away from locking in a huge profit for MSTR, and I mean ginormous. Jeff Walton shared something just about an hour ago that was amazing, but we're looking at over a $5 billion profit. TradFi is going to be absolutely bewildered. Their heads are going to pop off. You saw some of the price action today. I mean, iBit was like up a little bit, or maybe it's even down a little bit. It was basically flat, but MSTR was up over 5%. By the way, Strife, which I have invested hugely in, because I said, why would I have cash sitting around when I could just own Strife? And I bought Strife at $98. It's up to 113 today. Strike went parabolic at close, up to 121. I mean, what is happening in this world? I'll tell you what's happening. People are finally figuring it out. What you've known for a long time, what I've known for a long time. We were so early. We're still so early. People are catching up. Your kids will be talking about this. I'm not joking. You know it's true. I know it's true. We're closing in on 400 people here live. We're at 379 right now. We got 155 likes. So if you're here and you haven't given a thumbs up yet, give that thumbs up. It would be much appreciated, because I'm here for you today. I want to start going through some of the comments. Thank you for the hearts, by the way, and the party symbols and the hundreds. I see all of those. You guys are awesome. Carlton Johnson says 99% chance. Hodl. Visionary says tonight locks in the Q2 profit. Georgie says, I think we'll qualify, yes, but I'm not sure we'll be included. And by the way, we might not be included in September or the next time, or who knows. It took forever for Tesla to be included. It was fine. Tesla was fine. As Saylor has said, as other people have said, I believe it too. The S&P 500 needs MSTR. MSTR does not need the S&P 500. We'll be fine. I mean, by the way, we're going to get the S&P 500. It's absolutely inevitable, and that's bull with a capital Bitcoin B. But we don't need it. They need us, and it's going to happen. They can't keep us out forever. We qualify. The inclusion is inevitable with Coinbase getting in. Strategy is going to get in. It's just a matter of when. And then Pepe says, if MSR is included, the S&P will perform much better. That should inspire inclusion. Absolutely. Paul says, let's go. Long BTC says, big buys. Pablo says, hola, greetings from Argentina. What's up? Big hugs, Pablo. We got ecology today. Mark was very happy with MSR's big buy. I was very happy with the big buy. Hit that MSTR ATM all day long because guess what? We're buying Bitcoin right now at 0.1 million Bitcoin. 100,000 in a couple years, we're going to be like, can you believe you could have bought Bitcoin at 100,000? Absolute joke. We got MSTR to 20K says, can you imagine being over 600 BTC in July? That would be over 3% of the current supply. And that means, of course, 600 total Bitcoin being held by strategy. I can believe it. You can believe it. It's inevitable. It's going to happen. Michael Jones says, MSTR rocket ship. Visionary said, just found out the ATM sale to fund the latest buy. I guess it's okay since it's still accretive. It is accretive. And by the way, they've already paid me for my Strife holdings. Anybody here that owns Strike or Strife as of just a couple days ago or earlier, raise your hand because you got paid. I got paid. And I think one of the big reasons, by the way, we had a huge spike in both Strike and Strife today. Because guess what happens? People like myself got our dividends. And what did we do? We bought more Strife. We bought more Strike. We bought more MSTR. What are we going to do with those dividends? Keep them as dirty fiat cash? I don't think so. So money got dumped back in. And guess what? Saylor was hitting the ATM on Strike and Strife while that was happening. So he gave us the money that they owed us. And then we bought more Strike and Strife and MSTR, and they hit the ATM on that. It is the best flywheel a human being can imagine. You're on this train. I'm on this train. 485 people are here live now. 219 likes. That means there's at least half of you amazing individuals that are alive that have not hit the like button. So hit the like button if you haven't already. It just lets me know that you actually care. I mean, listen, it is 7:38 p.m. my time. I am not putting my son Bo to bed tonight. Look how cute this kid is. I am not putting him to bed right now. My wife is because I'm here with you. So give me a like button for that because I love this community. I love you viewers of MSTR today, people that subscribe, follow, share, like. You mean so much to me. That's why I get up every single day, walk into the studio, and I produce another show for you 7 days a week because you're awesome. I put my son down every night, 7 days a week. I put him down. That's part of my process. We read a book, we drink milk, or he drinks milk. He's only 18 months old. And then I bounce him on a yoga ball and I put him down to bed. I gave that up tonight for you. So thank you for those likes. We're up to 283 now, 481 people live. Rod says, I'm here, JLD. Let's do this. Spencer says, LFG. Ryan says, company doesn't realize net earnings. Let's go. I love that. Ryan says, Fugazi, in your dreams, Chanos. I mean, guys, what is Chanos thinking? What is he doing right now? That guy went from a $6 or $8 billion fund when he was shorting Tesla, brought it down to $200 million, then had to walk away from the fund. Now he's trying to short MSTR. This guy, wow. Kyra or Kira says, hi, what's up? Eric Jenkins says, watching from work. Let's go. What's up, Eric? Steve-O says, strategy is a life-changing wealth machine. Steve-O, strategy is a life-changing wealth machine. I'm so glad you're on board. We have Mayo says, is that you, John Wayne? Is this me? Dale Berry says, Dale from South Texas. Let's go. Steve-O says, MSTR is going to pump until earnings in August. It's got to go. By the way, that's right. The earnings aren't going to actually be announced until August. So TradFi is still going to be bewildered. People are still going to be trying to piece this together. I think July is going to be a really interesting month. I mean, some people think it's priced in. Who knows? Some people think it's not priced in at all. Who knows? Time will tell, but I'm here. And as you know, I'm buying every single day. We've got Sandeep says higher. Tracy says, let's go MSTR. Mark Funk from Cape Coral. Oops, that just bumped all the way down. A lot of comments. From Cape Coral in the house. Oh, I got to scroll all the way back up. Sorry, guys. Bump me down to the bottom of the chat. A lot of awesome people here. We got Eric says, let's go. Monty says, we was here. Steve-O says, we got this. World at Places. I was wondering that too. Is the streaming starting when? Right now, right on time. Nick says, checking in. Alicia says, what a great day. Adam Levine says, yes. Jim Jeter says, yes. Andre says, all good. Guido hears us. Everybody says the sound is good. Hi, JLD, LFG, loud and clear. All good. What's up, Paul, Phil, Fred, Philippe? What's up, Kirkland, Eric, Tim? We got Chazonic, Burning Hearts in the house. Phil B with a capital Bitcoin B. I love that. We got Doug, Edward, Steve-O Performance, JW, Ecology Only, JJ in the house. MSTR to 20K. JLD, please talk a little slower. No closed captioning. I'm sorry. Thank you for putting that. I will try to talk slower, but I hope you realize that I'm just excited to be here. I'm excited to talk about this topic. I don't know why there's no closed captioning. YouTube should fix that. 493 people live right now, 308 likes. You guys have been listening to me. You gave a like for my son, Bo, so thank you for that. Ben L says, let's go MSTR. Mark Rosario says, hoping for 400 plus for a little while. That'd be great. McDonald says, no problem. Anthem Drum says, we're all early. We're the all front runners. We are not bewildered. Anthem Drums, that is so flipping true. I mean, look at this. It is 7:42 p.m. where I'm at, wherever you are at in the world is that time. And there's almost 500 people here live just to celebrate this countdown, which, by the way, we got Bitcoin at 107, 150. It's just holding kind of strong for the past hour. It's just pretty flat, which is fine. I mean, this is a great price to bring it on home. I will say anything over 107, anything over 106 will be amazing. Casey tuning in says footnote. One Pass says, yo, James Melvin says bewildered. Ben says, what's up, JLD and fam? Shark Stripe says, can't wait to see the bewilderment on the faces of CNBC Muppets. That's going to be hysterical, by the way. We got Chili Dog says, to the moon, Alicia. Nate says, let's go. George says, 5% pump for ants. World of Play says, hello from Ireland. I love that Ireland's in the house. Guys, let me know where you're at around the world. We have Argentina. We have Ireland. We have Texas. We have Puerto Rico, where I'm at right now. We got Michigan, says the Camshaft. We got Coyote in the house, TCC, Cliffhanger, Ryan. We got Paul Knight. And by the way, guys, I know you said talk slower, and I will try to, but I'm just excited. There's a lot to get through today. If you want to start asking some questions, please put them in the chat. I'll be getting down to them pretty shortly. Happy to do what I can with the questions. Remember, I've put hundreds and probably now thousands of hours of study into MSTR. So I know a lot, but I don't know everything. And I'm not afraid to admit it, but I will give you the best that I can. Nigel says, Vancouver listening. Thomas says, 3-bagger today. You betcha. 3-bagger. We got 5% MSTR, 7% Strife, and 14% Strike. Life is good. Thank you, JLD, says Ann Rodriguez. We got Ed in the house. What's up, Ed J? This guy works for Strategy right here. Ed Julien. I hope that's the way I pronounce your last name, by the way. Had a great conversation with him off the record. Definitely follow him on Twitter, by the way. Ed, go ahead and drop your Twitter handle in the live chat here, because people should be following you. You work at Strategy. You're amazing. You're doing great things. Thank you for your hard work, Ed. Thank you for being here. Owler says MSCR to 30K. Sure, why not? Ann says love to you too. Back at you. Patrick says buy the highs and the lows and the likes. Watching from Sacramento in the house. Anthem says Saylor does not disappoint. He is true to his word and showing the world how to stack. We got MSCR to 600 this year. Strike, Strife, Stride, all of them. We got a high five from Anthem. Steve says, how frequently is the payout? So every 3 months is the payout. So June 30th was the payout for Strife and Strike. You can go to strategy.com and they have all of the different instruments there, MSTR, Strike, Strife, Stride, and they show when the next payout is as well. And they show what they're actually yielding. Unfortunately, for people who haven't bought yet, they're yielding a lot less today than they were yesterday because they've had some spikes. So I think Strife with an F is down to like 8.9% or something. Maybe Strike is down to like 7%. So there's still a heck of a deal, but man, get in on these things. MSTR, we have Who Got Paid and DRIP, Dividend Reinvestment Program. Let's go. Who got paid? MSTR, of course, says Spencer. We've got Richard says LFG. Michaela just gave me some claps. Scott Dickman gave me the what's up? What's up? Maybe a little high fives. We got some drip from Cody. We got Yeah Baby from TOC. Rooftop Smokes. MSTR and MSTY to the moon. That's what he said. Jim Jeter said, what year do you project MSTR has 1 million Bitcoin? That's a really good question. I actually haven't sat down and done that math. I think that they're going to continue to stack. I think it's going to blow people's minds how much they're able to stack using Strife, Strike, and Stride when that ATM comes. It's going to get to $1 billion a week is my guess. That's my projection. not overnight, but over time, because it's just going to be such an irresistible product that people are going to be pouring into it. And Saylor and Ed and the strategy team, they are going to be hitting that ATM hard. It's going to be hitting it hard. 569 people here live, 360 thumbs up. If you're here and you just got here recently and you haven't given this a like yet, please do, because hey, I like likes and I appreciate the likes. So thank you. World of Glide says thoughts on MSTY. I actually did a whole video on MSTY, MSTX, and MSTR. It's in my playlist. Um, I don't know too much about MSTY. I know they play the volume game. I know from what I've heard that the upside is a little capped. So I don't want my upside capped. I just want MSTR. I want Michael Saylor and Ed and Fong Lee. I want those guys to cook. Those gentlemen and ladies that work over at Strategy as well. They are cooking something amazing. I just want to let them cook. I want MSTR, the equity, to go to the moon. My cash I have sitting in Strife earning a juicy 10% because I got in at $98. And man, I'm just along for this ride. Oh, NDJ said that's a pretty son, and TCC said so cute. Thank you. Bo is so cute. Thank you for that, Casper. I really appreciate it. He is a stud. I'm a little prejudiced, obviously. Loving it from Chiang Mai, says Joe Jenkins in the house. Chiang Mai is an amazing place. I have friends that live there as well. That's just so good. Bo is going to be rich. Well, it's kind of funny you say that. So who wrote that? That was Jason Pena. I can't say that I potentially disagree with your sentiment, but I really like the Seinfeld quote when Seinfeld was giving a stand up. He said, my son came home the other day and said, Dad, all the kids at school are making fun of me because they say that I'm rich. Am I rich? And Jerry looks at his son and he goes, I'm rich. You're not rich. You got a lot of work to do, son. And I kind of feel the same way. I'm not going to give my child an easy ride. You need to be challenged in life. You need to struggle. I was an officer in the U.S. Army. I went to college on an Army scholarship. They paid for my college. Shout out Providence College, Rhode Island. I was commissioned as an officer in 2002. That was the first year they commissioned officers post 9/11. So a year later, I was in Iraq as a tank commander in charge of 16 men and 4 tanks, and for a 13-month tour of duty. And it was the toughest year of my life. It was sad. It was devastating. It was rough. But guess what? It gave me perspective. It made me a better human. It made me a better entrepreneur. It made me a better investor because it gave me perspective on what's important. And we have to go through the rough times. We have to be challenged in life. Again, I'm not just spouting off from the lips. If you just joined us, I've been doing Entrepreneurs on Fire for 13 years. It's one of the top business podcasts in the world. If you have any interest in business podcast interviews, check it out. It's awesome. I've done 4,684 episodes of that show. So I've learned a lot from these geniuses that I get to interview every single day. And challenges, guys, challenges. Yeah, life has to have challenges. 7:49, 11 minutes until we officially lock in. What do we got right now? 107, 181. Great price point. Again, it's flat. It's good. It's holding the line, barring any last minute earthquake disaster. Like we're looking pretty good. Thank you for your daily show. JLD says, Phil, Bo is such a cutie. JLD is unstoppable. You're awesome, says Mike George. Thank you for that. Love your work, JLD, says Shark. Unbelievable. And by the way, if anybody wants to post questions here, please do. I'll answer the questions the best that I can. Just a lot of comments coming in. Oh, a lot of people from all over the place too. Let's kind of go through that. We've got Sydney, Australia is Shark. We've got, he's listening to Bo, says Jay. Audio is bad today. I should be having my good audio. You're not hearing my audio? Is that not working? Let's see if I can change this. Don't want to mute it. Let's go to, nope, that's not going to work. Cancel. Okay, we're going to save that. Sorry if the audio is not good. Just let me know if you don't feel the audio is good. It should be picking up my microphone, but this is the first time I've done an actual live stream. So maybe it's just picking up my computer audio, unfortunately, even though it does show my Rode as connected. This is my road right here. But anyway, sorry about the audio if it's not good. Is Chanos wrecked? Yes, Doom Angel. Great question. Yes, he's wrecked in my opinion. We've got TR Irwin says, let's go. Ruminator says, excited to the moon. 25% of pump of MST tomorrow? Question mark, says Mike George. I don't know. I don't think it has to happen that way. I just think we're going up forever over time. Like this, up, back, up, back, up, back. And those backs are just buying opportunities. If inevitable. Oh, that's so good. I never thought about that. My son's name, Cody. That's good. Although it's just B-O. So that's how I spell his name. LD says, hell yeah, you're talking just fine. Um, Thanks, LD. Jetty says, JLD, you jack me up every single day because I'm jacked up because you're an awesome community. I'm having so much fun hanging out, talking about MSTR, strategy, Fong Lee, Michael Saylor, Ed Julien in the house here. He works for strategy. Great person. I had a great conversation with him. Just these individuals, they're just running such an amazing company. It's such an honor to be able to invest in this company alongside with them, to own a piece, to own equity in this company. Because as Michael Saylor says, he's working for us, the equity. And so I go to sleep at night and I wake up and I'm like, Michael Saylor's been working for us. He's been working for me while I sleep. That's what he does. We got 647 people here live, 418 thumbs up. If you haven't given the thumbs up yet, would be much appreciated. Keep it going. Gary's from Las Vegas. Williams rooting for 108. Guys, if you want to get to 108, start buying Bitcoin. That's the only way it's going to happen. Okay. That's all I got to say. Feels great, says Thomas. It really does. Tomorrow, by the end of the week, says Jay. I was here, says William. We've got Richard from Toronto, Anthony from Washington, Kyra from NC. We got Vince from California, LD from Miami. We got Ridgecrest, California. We got North Carolina, Hawaii, San Diego, Chile, Utah. Talk faster, says Spencer. California, Massachusetts, Montreal, Antarctica. Dan, are you really in Antarctica? Oh, you put just kidding. Okay, I see that now. Illinois here, Nova Scotia, Pennsylvania, Spain, Virginia. As Chanos wrecked on his short, likely not like this moment, but he will be. And the longer he's has to hold it, the more he'll get wrecked. Seoul, South Korea. What's up, Rooftop? Great things going on in South Korea, by the way, when it comes to Bitcoin treasury companies. Watch out in a good way. Spain in the house. No, you talk too slow. I'm watching the live stream at 2x speed. All right, NDJ. We got Austin, Texas, Alabama, the whole family. What's up, Sherry's family watching from Alabama? What's up, red, white, and blue? Let's go. Grab a coffee and calm down. Can't do it. Omaha says, Yahoo, what's up? MST, I'm thinking you probably put MSTX, also 2x leverage, which it is. 2x up, 2x down for sure. I think for myself, MSTR is plenty of leverage. That's just how I feel. Melbourne in the house. It's going up forever, Laura. You better believe it. Audio quality is terrible, says Patrick. Sorry about that. It must not be picking up my microphone, if that's the case. That's a bummer. Let's talk about MNAV expansion. Okay. One of the things I loved about Michael Saylor, it was like maybe a couple weeks ago. He gave a talk. Actually, I'm pretty sure it was during the or the Q2 earnings call or the Q1 earnings call, where he said multiple times, and I called this out in my video, so a lot of you heard me call it out on MSTR today. He was talking about the MNAV going to 2, 3, 4, 5, and beyond. He said those words multiple times. So what does that mean to me? It means that Michael Saylor knows that there's going to be times of exuberance when MSTR is going higher, higher, and higher. And then that's the MNAV. The MNAV is going to expand. The stock's going to rocket. I mean, if any of you remember, I got to ride it from $135 when I first started buying MSTR all the way up to $543. Like my head was popping off in a great way. And that was back when they owned 288,000 Bitcoin. They now own 598,000 Bitcoin. And yeah, I mean, it's insane how much more Bitcoin they have. And we're at a lower stock price. We are still so early. So the MNAV's going to expand at times of exuberance, and then it's going to contract. And Michael Saylor is likely going to be hammering that MSTR ATM as it runs up. And then as it starts to compact, he'll maybe lay off it a little bit, go more towards the Strike, Strife, and Stride ATM. And, give it a breather when the MNAV starts to contract again. But guess what? An unbelievable amount of Bitcoin will have been stacked during that time frame. As you guys saw today in my video, $30 billion is expected to passively flow into MSTR with this S&P 500 inclusion. You don't think that Michael Saylor is going to hammer the ATM when that happens? Of course he can and he should. That's how we're getting to 1 million Bitcoin. That's how we're getting to one Nakamoto, which is 1 million Bitcoin. All right, 4 minutes left. Quick check-in. Let's go. 107, 143. We're looking good. I love it. When stride to 100? I don't know, Jupiter. It's a good question. Stride is meant to be a junk bond. And when it's at 88 right now, where it's paying like 11.5% interest. That's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to be a junk bond. Will that go to 100? Possibly. I mean, absolutely possibly if interest rates go down and other things happen. But it's meant to be a junk bond. It's meant to be more valuable because it is more risky. I mean, if you listen to Jeff and others and myself who believe it's not, it's still not risky. It's still like 5x plus collateralized, but it's meant to be the riskier of these in the capital stack. Let's move math it. Prediction for MSTR at the end of the year. Listen, Alicia, I'm going to answer your question because I see you comment every day in the chat. And I appreciate you. I really do. I see the people that comment every day, and I really appreciate that. So thank you. We're at 700 people live right now, 465 likes. Let's keep the fire going. Listen, I'm going to say it right now. 1777. I don't know if it's going to be there at the end of the year, but I think it's going to hit that this year. $1,777. I think it's going to hit that at some point this year. Maybe go a little bit higher. I don't know if it's going to end there. Maybe it'll retract a little bit, but that's my moon math for the end of the year. Core Scientific and MSTR are printing money for me. Congrats, Mike. Love it. I own no Misty, Cody. I don't dislike it. I just don't know it. Any dollar that I have, I'm shoving into MSTR. My cash is sitting in Strife. Ben says, I'm rocking Bitcoin by far, then MSTR, then Misty, then some MST for kicks. Haha, let's go. JLD, you're the man. Thank you. JLD, what is your prediction for MSTR close price end of July? Listen, this is a total guess. This is total, like, who knows what's going to happen in so many different scenarios. But if you want me to throw something out here, I'm going to say end of July. Right now, we're at a little over 400. 1 month from now, I'm going to say 575. I'm feeling that. Happy girl in Norway. Audio sounds like you're speaking in a bathroom. It must not be picking up my microphone. Let me try one more thing here. Let's see. Edit. It's not it. Customization. No. I guess I can't change my audio, once I'm in it, unfortunately. Channel level settings. No. I tried, guys. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to put up with this. And I like great audio. I have it for my shows, but for some reason the live's not picking this up. Let's see here. We've got. Meanwhile, the dollar is getting crushed. Ben. You are so right. Ryan Lee says, "What are the chances of MSTR 500 inclusion?" I can tell you in 1 minute. 107, 206. So the price is going up. Let's go. We're getting a little spike at the end here. Eric from Dallas, any MSTU also. One Nakamoto, that's 1 million Bitcoin. MSTR will get that in its treasury. Absolutely, no doubt. 600,000 next week for sure. That will be 600. That means 600,000 in their treasury. LA in the house. Why did MSTR go up today? Bitcoin went down because people are excited about the S&P 500 inclusion. And by the way, it's officially 8 o'clock EDT. Everybody celebrate. We have made it. Lock it in. 107, 215. That's the number that we're going to have for our earnings report coming up. It's going to be over $5 billion in net profits. The earnings call is going to be such a celebration. This whole next month is going to be a celebration. I have no idea how TradFi and how all the fudders and the shorters are going to handle the next month of jubilation. But I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for me. I'm so happy for our generations below us. Ecuador and Loving Life says Skip in the house. We've got at Dan Lieberman and Anthem. We've got Mike George says MSTR is enough leverage. Don't get greedy. And Mike, that's actually how I feel. I don't need to go more leverage. And plus, when you go with MSTX and MSTU, there's something called volatility decay. You got to be careful about holding those instruments long term because there will be volatility decay. If you want to just YouTube search that, you'll get a video on it. Um, I want to hold for the long term. So I want to just hold MSTR and let Michael Saylor cook. Let Ed and Fong Lee cook. We had a 13-minute countdown. Now it's official, my friends. Proud shareholder from the beginning, says Kay in the house. Yo, Morocco in the house, says YC. MSTR to Neptune. I definitely see that happening, Keith. What happened with Strike today? It's a good question, Great White North. I'll try to address that right now. What I think happened is really two things. Number one, people are starting to realize the credit worthiness of these preferred stocks, that they are so undervalued. Also, maybe three things. Number two is people know that interest rates are coming down. And if interest rates go down, then strikes just become more valuable because you're locking in your interest rate. I locked in 10% when I bought at $98. Like I locked that in. I may never sell those shares because I've locked in this 10% strife dividend being paid to me. I love it. And then the third thing, which I mentioned earlier, which some people might have heard, is a lot of people got their dividends like me. I got my dividend yesterday. What did I do with that dividend? I bought more Strife. I bought more MSTR. So it's just this perpetual flywheel machine. Thank you for your service, says Anthem Drums. I appreciate that. Still trying to hold the 107. It's a fight. We held it in time because it's well past the lock-in period. And 107, 167, we held the 107 line. The world's hard enough. Help your kids. I want to help them, but I don't want to make it too easy. They will have help, but just not too much. Someone says, I hear you just fine. It's not your audio. You're coming in fine here. Audio is good. Okay. I guess maybe that's just a few people who have some bad audio. I'm glad to hear that. Appreciate you guys saying all of that stuff. Appreciate your positivity. I appreciate that. We've got Montreal, Arkansas, SoCal, Dominican Republic, Bavaria, Ireland, People's Republic of Maryland, New Hampshire, Indiana, Toronto, Morocco, as I said earlier. Oh, we got Scotland in the house, West Virginia, Massachusetts, Saskatchewan, Philippines, Alberta. Appreciate the positivity. Do we split at 1,000? So Thomas, good question. At 1,000, I don't know if we split there because last time the split was around 2,000. So when they got to 2,000, they split. But you know what? I think if they get over 1,000, 1,200, I think they do a split at that point because number one, they've got plenty of shares to do it. And that was when Michael Saylor added all those shares back in the day, which was a brilliant move. So I think they split earlier this time, like maybe around 1,000 to 1,200. Because it helps out the options game. And Michael Saylor is a huge fan of the options game. He wants to make it easy for people to do options. Like he's always said, like that kind of action helps, that volatility. So 1,000 plus in a 10-to-1 split. I see that definitely, Ricardo. I agree. MSTR hit 1,000 when Bitcoin hits 141. I can see that being true for sure. Is it okay if I just bought MSTR? Yes, it's amazing, Aman. You're literally setting your generations up for unbelievable wealth and greatness, in my opinion. Chicago hears you loud and clear. Thanks, dog. Appreciate that. Love the ATM. Build a stack. Could not agree more. British Lions in the house. Stride is dirt cheap. I mean, where can you get essentially risk-free 11.5%? Stride is amazing. I mean, if I hadn't locked in Strife at 98, I'd be looking at buying Stride all day long as well. But I took all my cash and I put it into Strife back at 98. Patrick says, should have Punter Jeff live with you, live tracking the profit Bitcoin price. I know he's probably in bed by now. Just kidding. That guy's a champion. He's moving, so he's been very busy. Probably using all that MSTR profit to move into a mansion. Yeah, good for him. How about 1776? I like that actually because that was the year of the United States American Revolution, our independence. As a officer in the U.S. Army, I really do like that number. So I am adjusting it based off of that, McDonald. We are going to hit a high of 1776 of MSTR in 2025. Lock it in. I don't know if that's where we're going to end the year, but that will be the high. PNWN or PW Knight says more like 3,000. I would love to be wrong in that direction. I really would. JLD, how do I get the Bitcoin symbol on my phone? iPhone chats. uh, Ask ChatGPT. He'll give it to you, or she'll give it to you. Whatever. Skip Cuba says first, but uh, Cliffhanger says 2K 1777 was a good year. um, Punter Jeff is down in the brewskis. Good for him. Love that guy. 693 people here live, loving it. Listening in Ecuador. First buy was $32. Skip. Wow. I think you should be giving me a super chat right now or something. I mean, come on. $32. Boy, you are rolling. Audio's fine, bro. Mic is fine. Okay, good. Other people were having me question it, but I really appreciate you guys coming back in and letting me know. Clearwater, Florida. JLD, twice in one day, you rock. You better believe it. I'm here for you. John Little gives me a thumbs up. Galt says we did it, and we did do it, by the way. We did it. It's official. We are going to blow the minds of TradFi. They are clueless. They are bewildered. They are getting their faces ripped off. Every single one of their clients is going to come to them and say, how did you miss this? How did you miss MSTR? How did you miss Bitcoin? And they're just going to say, that's what they're going to say. I did not lose audio. They're just going to have no words. Hello from Israel. What's going on, Roz? Can't wait for 500 and 5,000, says Fred. Audio is good, everybody. Go Army, says none of your business. Appreciate that. We got we did it, says Cliffhanger. As Jeff says, I think it's going higher. And guess what? I think it's going higher. I really do. We did it. LFG. Ding, ding, ding. We made it. Chanos is going to get crushed. Ricardo says MSTR for 3 years now, MSTY for 3 months now, multiple Bitcoin and cold storage, bags of impact for 5 years now. Added a few times along the way, but I personally recommend having Bitcoin first. Ricardo, I think you're a smart man. I have Bitcoin as well. I recommend that as well. Listen, everything has counterparty risk. If you hold Bitcoin and cold storage, you're the counterparty risk. Right now, if you own MSTR, Saylor, Strategy, Ed, Fong Li, they're the counterparty risk. The government's a counterparty risk. I mean, I love holding Strategy, but let's be honest, there's some counterparty risk there. A lot less than any other company that I think exists in the world, but let's be real. William says, give me a shout out. William, shout out. Chanos is going to get crushed. Party on, Garth. Let's go. Woohoo. I love you, man, says Cliffhanger. I love you too, man. Anyone check on Chanos? I think Chanos can probably survive this kind of a run up. Now, can he survive the month of July? Unlikely if it does what I think it's going to do. Bitcoin to 1 million by 2028, MSTR 20,000 sounds seriously reasonable. Patrick says, how does 5 billion net profit compare to other companies? It blows them away. It puts MSTR in the top of the top. One of the earnings, about 1 month from now, they'll have the earnings call. I think it's maybe if Ed's still on, he can let us know when the earnings call is. Congratulations, MSTR family. Thank you. Thank you. And congratulations to you. Great countdown. JLD, hodl the line. Adam, that's what we're here for. We did it. 656 people are still here live. Love selling puts on MSTX. Robinhood. Oh, by the way, that was some interesting news. Now, for anybody that's like in Europe, you can buy MSTR as a tokenized asset. That was kind of an under the cover thing that went pretty darn well. MSTR to 20K. Whoa, that'd be cool. Let pop back down again. Oh, 1776 it is. You better believe it. Brazilian gets their 5% reserve. I hope so. Go Brazil. Loving that. Whoop, whoop, Chanos. They're saying, I think, whoop, whoop, as far as Chanos going down, obviously. None of this is financial advice. Edward, you're correct. Nothing is here. Let's go. We got Yoo-hoo, MSTR to the moon, 416 shares. See, that is amazing. CEE Rollins in the house. Let's go, says El Mango. We got Mark says UK. Jeff says Los Angeles. Are any of you in non-LBE equities? I do personally watch James Invest Answers. I watch his video most every single day. And so I do think that Tesla and NVIDIA have some good legs. And I think there'll be a lot of people in the future looking back and being like, oh, wow, we could have really done well there. But again, it's just like, I'm with Saylor on the one chair thing. Do I really need to diversify when I just know what's happening with strategy? Do I need to diversify? I don't think so. Tracy says, I feel so blessed to be a part of the MSTR. I feel the same, Tracy. Such an amazing community. 10 to 1 says Jay Douglas, People Republic of Berkeley. I actually was just up in Berkeley because my sister-in-law went to Berkeley. She was on the rowing team. So we went to visit that campus. 10 billion new shares were issued. Thank you for that, Jay. So that's why, when they decide to do the split, they've got plenty of shares waiting for them. Okay. We're kind of starting to wrap down here now, my friends. So thank you for joining us. Then you have to hold Strike. I think Strike's an amazing instrument for sure. 444K Bitcoin this year. That could definitely happen. We have a Vietnam veteran. Skip, thank you for your service, Vietnam veteran. Zero says, I watch James every day. He's amazing. He really is great. Invest Answers. Check him out. JLD, you're amazing, says MSR 20K. I appreciate that. Thank you. Watching from Louisville, Kentucky. That's where I was trained to be an armor officer. So loving Louisville for sure. We got 129K Strike in aftermarket. That is insane. That is going absolutely vertical. You could have got Strike for $100 like 3 days ago, or like maybe a week ago, and that's paying like an 8% dividends. And you're getting it at now it's up to 129. That's a 30% gain. Unbelievable. James, Invest Answers. Yes, he's great. Go Bears and go MSTR. I think you're probably saying the Cal Berkeley Bears because we don't like Jim Shano's Bears. Okay, when's the official inclusion of MSTR and S&P 500? Patrick, the question is, it's up to the committee now. We are qualified. MSTR can and should be in the S&P 500 at the next opportunity. The committee will decide. We'll obviously keep you updated on that. And then MSTR 20K says, diversify with MSTR and MetaPlanet. Smart move, by the way. Sold all the Tesla I inherited from my mom and dad once Saylor orange pilled me. You won't regret it. I mean, Tesla's probably going to do great, but there's a lot of counterparty risk there. MSTR is definitely going to do great. Let me take a sip of water, please. Mike and Venus watching from the Philippines. MSTR ready for the new all-time high. Let's go. 575 by the end of July is my prediction. So, and again, it might be double that. I would not be shocked. I'm just saying, I was asked for a number. I threw a number out. That was incredible, says the Camshaft 1981. Thank you for that. I hope you realize that it's also inevitable. Inevitable. That's Bitcoin B. Hoping Brazil gets to reserve. I would love that. Layer on the way. Sorry, let me rephrase that. TT says, layer out on the way up, rotate into strike and strike for the bear. Listen, I think it's super crazy. I don't think nobody ever got broke taking profits. I'm never going to say don't take profits if anybody ever asked me, which they probably shouldn't, but if anybody ever did say, John, I'm thinking about taking some off the table. I've made some life-changing money. I want to buy a house. I want to put my kids through college. I want to pay off some. I'd be like, nobody ever went broke taking profits. So I would never, ever be against that. Dan, man, you can talk, bro. I'm starting to run out of fumes. It is 8:14 p.m. I'm actually on day 2 of a 2-day water only fast, balloons included. And so tomorrow's going to be my first solid meal and it'll be in 60 hours, 60. The glass looks like a fishbowl. Let me actually get some, what we got going on here. Celebration. We made it. Let's go. Oh, catch it. Oh, catch it. Oh, got it. Is MSTR going to split again? Absolutely. It's going to happen. It's just a matter of when. Probably going to get to 1,000. Somewhere between 1 and 2,000, they'll split, which will be awesome because then we'll all own 10x more shares. Channels went from 6 billion to 200 million shorting Tesla. Now 200 million in ruin. He definitely does not understand technology. I almost feel bad for him, but he's such a tool on X. Like he's such a tool. Just smack talking Jeff Walton, smack talking Lynn Alden. This guy needs to get wrecked. He does. JLD, you can help me hodl MSTR when it's on its way from 5K to 1,000. Listen, That's probably going to happen. It's going to get to 5K. I don't know if it's going to go all the way back to 1,000. That's a big move, but it'll go back down. I mean, listen, earlier this year or last year, Bitcoin went from 2,000 to 1,000. That's 200 to 100. That's a huge drop. Like those things happen. But anybody that sold at 2,000 at 200, like they've missed more than a double now. July 31st, that makes sense for the earnings call. That sounds good. Time to make a burger on the grill. Thanks, JD. Steve-O, thanks for joining me. Appreciate it. Love the MSTR leaps. We got congrats on the fast. The fast gets easier on day 3. Yeah, I'm big on it. I actually did a 10-day water fast a couple years ago with a 6-day reintegration, just basically juice and like then some light foods. It was awesome. It was amazing. This is only I'm doing a 7-day detox. And the first 2 days are water fast. And then the next 5 days is basically a plant-based with some protein in there. But yeah, once ketosis kicks in, it does get easier. But yeah, Peter Schiff missed the boat again. Let's go MSTR. Hunger strike till 500. Wow, that would be tough. But I think I could do it. Thanks for keeping us hyped. All right, my friends, I'm at the bottom of the comments now. Thank all of you for being here. We still have 561 people here live. We were well over 700 at the high. We have 552 likes. So before you leave, if you're about to jump off, give me a thumbs up. Give me a like on your way out. Hit that like. Give me some hearts. I see the hearts in the chat. I appreciate that. I'm here for you guys late at night. I'll be here again tomorrow morning. I'll be right here tomorrow morning doing another MSTR live. Thank you, JLD. Edward says, will you go live when MSTR joins the S&P? You better believe it. Now that I know that we have people that like to come, I didn't know what to expect. This is my first YouTube live with MSTR today. Didn't know what to expect if I was going to have 10 people, 100 people. We had over 700 people for the majority of this live. So I will definitely be going live again. Maybe we'll do an earnings call live. We'll have some fun with that. Peter Schiff passed out. Definitely. People give me thumbs up. World of Glide says, are you 50-50 Bitcoin MSTR? Listen, I started being off 50-50 Bitcoin MSTR, but MSTR so outperformed Bitcoin while I was holding both, hodling both, then now I'm like 70-30. But I am slowly buying Bitcoin as well to kind of go a little bit like this. But MSTR is going to keep running. It's going to keep running. You're the man, says Alicia. Thank you. Listen, and Alicia, I see you every day in the comments, like I mentioned earlier. I really appreciate that. Thank you for being here live. Love all that you do, says Vincent. Brad says, good job every day at MSTR News. You got it. I appreciate it. Yes, earnings live, says Spencer. Chris says, why MSTR but not Strife trying to strike up? Well, MSTR was up 5%. Like, let's not get greedy here. Tracy says, thank you, JLD. Salutes. Awesome content again. All right. I'm saying goodbye. Bobby says, good evening. Keep the faith. You better believe it, Bobby. I will. Bitcoin Aussie says, Strike and Strife are going crazy. Let me see what's happening with Strife right now. I want to check in on that. All right. Strife is kind of actually chilling out around, still at about 113. Strike. Oh, wow. Strike is up 129. It's up 7% in the after hours. What is happening? Oh my God. I bought Strife because I was like, this is my cash. Looks like Strike would have been the move, but I'm happy with Strife. Fantastic channel. Thank you, Ubar. Daniel says, hello from Israel. Congratulations to all of us. Daniel, congratulations. Mo says, you're the man. Well done. Bye, buddy. Bye-bye. Yeah, after hours. Oh, why is it flat in after hours? It's a good question. I don't really know why it's flat in after hours. Strife is actually flat right now in after hours too. It's only Strike that's going through the roof. So something's happening there. Kyra has Strike. Congratulations. What a monster day. I mean, that is amazing. It's halfway to 150 like I predicted. I know it's going to 150. I just didn't think it was going to happen this fast. Geesh. MSTR to 5,000 plus. You better believe that. Strategy to the moon. Why is Strike going up so much? I don't know. People are figuring things out, but something else is happening. Strike ATM tomorrow. Boom, 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 boom. And that's where you don't be afraid, don't get concerned when, the self-healing nature kind of starts to kind of tamper some of this down. That's fine. Because guess what? If you own MSTR equity, you want the ATM to be hit because all that ATM Bitcoin buyings going right into the MSTR equity. And that's when we're going to start seeing these crazy returns because the torque on Strife and Strike is through the roof. MNAV, a high prediction for this bull run. I think the MNAV is going over 5. I'm going to go ahead and say it, Spencer. No, that wasn't Spencer's question. Who asked that question? Ray asked that question. I'm going to say over 5. And the reason why I'm going to say that is because Michael Saylor on the last earnings call said the MNAV expanding to 2, 3, 4, 5, and beyond. He said that multiple times. So I believe that he knows it could happen. That means I believe it could happen. I don't think it's going to stay there for long or maybe forever, but I think it will get there. I really do. So taking small profits, missing big runs is a guaranteed way to lose money. Ruminator, I hear you, but sometimes people got to take money off the table for lifestyle choices. Insider trading, I don't know what's going on. Saylor says he's going to go crazy torque when the proceeds prefers were 150 plus. The torques are going to be nuts because think about it. When it's at 150, that means that he's paying like 5% dividend or 4% dividends. Like they're not even going to be paying much in the way of dividends at that price point, which is nuts. But people are still going to want it because of its converts. Whew. MSTR is breaking the matrix. It really is, Corey. You're kind and patient. Thank you for your time. World of Glad. I appreciate that. Boomer sooner forever. Does expanding MNAV crash channels position? Yes, it will kill it. It's all about net income, not MNAV. Different thoughts for different people for sure. Strike's up 21. Strike is up 28% today. What is happening? That is insanity. Thanks, JLD. Have a good night. Imagine what it would cost 600 Bitcoin. Oh my God, so good. Anyways, I'm ending the stream. You're all amazing. 517 people still here live, over 600 likes. Hit a like on the way out if you haven't already yet. I love you all. I'll see you tomorrow on MSTR today. We are living through a golden summer. The summer is going to be great, I believe. I believe it's inevitable. And like Michael Saylor says, there is no second best.